Hello there, John here from Microaces. In this second video in the series, we'll be taking a look at the lightweight Depron foam parts that go to make up the airframe and the very accurately detailed stickers that make up the outer skin of the aircraft. This is Microaces making history. Okay, I've laid down a darker table surface so that we can actually see this Depron. And what I wanted to run through was how to actually extract the Depron from the carrier material without breaking it. Now, some of the parts, like for instance these wheels in the grey Depron, are really easy to push out. It's not a problem at all. I literally just come out like that, and I can use a knife or any sort of tool just to push out the centre bit, and then there you go, the part's out. But on some of the other parts there is a lot more sophistication to the shape, and there are definitely weak points in the parts themselves that you have to be careful with when you're taking them out of the carrier material. The simplest way to do that is when you're taking a part out, just support it in the areas that look like they would be weakest, and quite simply that's where they're thinnest. So for example, we have a nose piece here, and if I just show you how I go about taking it out, looking at the part I can see that the weak areas are at the front of the part here, and also there are weak points here too and across here. So when I'm taking the part out, I'll support it in the areas that I feel are weakest. And there we have it. It's out. Now, I haven't taken the cavity out yet, and in fact it's a good idea when you're actually extracting the parts from the material, don't be tempted to push these out whilst the material is sitting in the carrier material. These actually act as support for the part when it's being pressed out as well. So leave them in and take them out when you've got the part out whole. If you find a part's actually being a little bit temperamental about coming out, then don't be afraid to grab hold of your craft knife. It's got to be sharp, brand new blade, and just run it through the area that's being a bit of a pain. Like so. The problem normally is that the skin on the other side hasn't been fully punctured. So by using the knife, what you're doing is you're actually going through and cutting through that skin, and you'll then release the part. Okay, here we have the sticker pack. This consists of 5 sheets of printed stickers with all of the detail of the aircraft on, and these stickers get applied in a sequence to the Depron parts, and it's all laid out in the assembly instructions. But it's a good idea if I just show you some techniques and tips to actually sticking these stickers down. First of all, when you look at the stickers, you'll see that there are some that are big and bold, and there are some that are a little more intricate. Why don't we take a look at the number 1 part that's used in this particular build is the rudder, and it's the port side of the rudder of this particular aircraft. On Cripes and Mighty, it's this fantastic crimson red, very distinctive. But what we can do is, if we take a look at the part, we can actually see where it's cut out. And what we'll notice is that it's all pretty basic around this area here. But up here there are some little delicate intricacies and a few cut-ins, and this is an area where we may potentially rip the sticker if we don't take it out correctly. So firstly, what I tend to do is bend the sticker so I can see where the edge is, and in fact the sticker starts coming away on its own. And what I can do is just take my pair of trusty tweezers and start the peel. I'm going to put this down on the deck so I can hold it down whilst I peel off. And then when I get to my problem area at the top here, what I'll do is I'll just take the sticker between my finger and thumb on my left hand and just gently prise it away with the tweezers, and the job's done. Now we can go ahead and stick that down to the Depron part as per the steps in the instructions, or, and I advise you to do this if you're not confident with sticking stickers, is to actually just return this sticker to the carrier paper, but do it as accurately as possible. Try and get it into the cavity you've just taken it out of. This will help you practice the technique for sticking your sticker down when it comes to building the aircraft. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just gently going to take the sticker between finger and thumb, and then on the other side I'm going to use my tweezers. And then what I'm going to do before I put the sticker down is I'm going to decide on a first point of contact. Now that first point of contact for me is going to be this corner here, this nice rounded edge here. I'm going to make sure that I lay that down as accurately as possible into the backing paper. And then I'm going to decide upon a second point of contact. So once I've got that nice and accurately down, I'm then going to make sure that the edge on the trailing edge of the rudder is actually stuck down accurately and straight. So here we go. First point of contact, there. Second point of contact on the edge, there, and the rest should fall into place. So that's a really good technique for practicing sticking the stickers down. It's something that you can do before the build, or you could actually do it whilst you're building if you have a sticker that you think is going to be particularly difficult to lay down. Use this technique just to practice. Well, I hope that gives you some confidence in preparing for the build of a Microaces kit and provides you with information that will possibly improve the end result. In the next programme, we'll start the build proper and look at gluing and other aspects of assembly in greater detail. Thank you for watching. See you next time on Microaces Making History.